Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to today's training. So if you're here, you're probably somebody who's struggling with one of a couple of different things. Okay, so if you're probably one, maybe you know that you should be creating content, but you struggle to consistently create that content. You just haven't found a good system yet to help you to be more consistent. Maybe you think content creation's got to be hard. You've bought a bunch of courses, you've bought a bunch of content calendars, and you're still trying to figure out how to get this content created on a consistent basis. And now you're probably, after buying all these courses and calendars, you're probably even more confused than when you started. Or maybe you're somebody that actually creates content on a consistent basis, but it's just not doing anything for your business. It's not bringing you any clients, not bringing you any money. You know other people are out there making money with their content, but you really don't know what they're doing. So all your content, all you know is that your content's not really working for you. And because of that, you're probably starting to feel a little burnout creating content. Maybe you're feeling that content is just a total waste of time. But I can tell you from experience and what we're going to be talking about today that creating content is definitely not a waste of time. In fact, it's probably one of the highest ROI activities that you can do in your business. But you got to be creating the right kind of content, and you got to have a system built in to actually leverage that content to turn it into clients, okay? Or it really will be a waste of time. So today I'm going to show you my system. I'm going to show you how to pick the topics that you should be creating content around. I'm going to show you the types of content that will actually help you to get clients every single week by filling your calendar with easy to close sales calls. And so you can turn those calls into clients and long-term customers and raving fans. Okay, so let's kind of first, before you get started, let's talk about. Let me know where you guys are joining from. I know that I'm going live in the Facebook group. We're also going live on YouTube. We're going live on LinkedIn. So I want to know where everybody's at. If you are joining from Facebook, there's a link in the description above this post, in the description of this post, where you can click on that link and it says StreamYard, and I can actually see your name when you comment on Facebook, and that'd be super helpful. I'd love to know who's joining, and so I can see your name. So go ahead and click that link if you're watching on Facebook, and let me know where you're joining from. Reno, it's Gianna Larson, awesome. We got Panama City Beach. All right. Jerry Thompson, you are on LinkedIn. I can see that. But you say Facebook, all good. Robin Stern from Dallas. Okay, awesome. Well, thank y'all for that. All right. So before we get started, the first thing I want to talk about before we dive in is if you've been struggling to be consistent with content, you're not alone unless you're like a superhuman being like Gary Vee or Alex Hormozi, or you got a huge team. Everybody struggles with this at first until they find a process that makes it easy to follow and easy to implement. And if you're posting content fairly consistently, but you're not getting any clients from that content, that's pretty regular, pretty normal too. You're not alone with that either. Very few people are teaching the stuff that I'm going to be showing you today, how to choose the right topics to create content around, or the right topics you should be posting, or exactly what types and formats of content you should be posting to actually get clients. And then they don't show you what to do on the back end of creating that content to get more clients. So what you're probably getting is a lot of people teaching a bunch of fluff, how to fill your feed with a bunch of different types of content that's never going to do anything for your business. And they're saying that you got to be posting multiple times a day. And I'm here to tell you that most of that stuff is complete bullshit. So I'm going to give you, I've cracked the code specifically on Facebook around what to post, exactly what to post, when to post it to actually get people to actually book calls with you and become clients. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did last week. I'm not going to hold anything back. You're going to see exactly the post that I created, and then I'm going to show you how I turn that into paying clients and booked appointments and paying clients. So stick around. I think you're going to really like today's content. So my goal for this training is to help two different types of people. For those of you that are struggling with consistency, I want to, and you think that content's got to be hard, it's got to be time consuming, and you're always kind of creating your content last minute and you're kind of stressed out about getting that content published. Today, I'm going to give you a system that'll help you to create all of your content ahead of time. You'll know exactly what you need to be creating, when to create it, and when to post it, so that you're never struggling and scrambling last minute to figure out what you're going to post. Because I know how stressful that can be, and we're going to solve that problem today. Now, if you are somebody that has been posting content and you're just not getting clients from it, you're posting a lot of content on a regular basis, you don't have really a problem creating the content or posting the content. You just don't really know how to turn that content into clients. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you a system that's going to help you to do that today. So if you're either one of those people, this training is for you. Also, for those of you that are just now starting a business, I'm going to give you a proven system that's going to help you to create content that brings you predictable appointments each week and predictable clients, so that you can start off in the right direction, and you don't have to kind of go out and buy a bunch of different courses or anything like that. And I guarantee you the content that you're going to see on this training alone is probably better than 90% of the stuff you're going to buy out there. So stick around and let me know in the comments below, which category do you fall into? Are you somebody that struggles with consistency? Or you somebody that struggles with type of 1, if that's you? If you struggle with getting clients from your content, type of 2, if that's you. And if you're somebody that is just kind of starting out in your business and you're wanting to learn how to do this stuff, type of 3. So let me know where you guys are at. I'm going to take a quick drink of water while you do that. All right, we got a 1. We got a 2. Okay. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. All right, so let me open up my screen here and we'll jump into the content. Actually, you know what? Let me do this real quick. All right, tell me if you can see my screen. Give me a 1 or give me a yes if you can see my screen. Somebody's a 7. I don't know what that means, but a 1 and a 3, just getting started and not consistent with content. Got it? Cool. So let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, we got a yes. All right, cool. So today we're going to be walking through the 3 different Facebook posts I used to book 19 calls and enroll 6 new clients last week. So this is no bullshit. This is actually what happened. And I'm going to show you step by step exactly what I posted. So today's agenda, here's what we're going to do. So first, I'm going to show you how I chose the topics that I know my audience is hungry for, so that I can get predictable results every time I post. I'm also going to show those 3 Facebook posts I used to book those 19 calls and enroll 6 new coaching clients last week. And then I'm going to give you a simple content system that I use to consistently create client-getting content each week without burning out and without working myself to death, because that's kind of what everybody thinks you have to do to create content on a consistent basis. So I'm also going to show you how to get more leads, appointments, and sales from the actual content that you post, which is probably why most of you are here in the first place. All right, so stick around to the end. I'm also going to I got something pretty cool for you guys, so stick around to the end and I'll let you know how you can get your hands on that. Okay. Hey, what's up, Billy? It's been a long time, man. So who is this Ron dude, first of all? Well, my name is Ron Medlin, and if we're just getting to know each other. I've been in the digital marketing business since about 2010. In fact, Billy's been around a lot of that time. So the first agency I started was in 2010, and I was crushing it. I literally would fill out this spreadsheet at the beginning of the month, and I'd have some guy build a bunch of backlinks for me, and I was making, mid 6 figures. So what happened with that, later in 2011, Google released their Penguin algorithm update, and I lost like 90% of my clients and had to go out back to those clients and just tail between my legs, ask them for forgiveness and tell them that I'd do everything I could to fix the problem. But it just did not feel good. So I never wanted that to happen again. I actually started to learn HubSpot and became a value-added reseller. That's how I know Billy, actually. What's up? And I partnered up with another agency. We scaled to, again, mid 6 figures with that agency. And, it felt good because I was getting better at marketing, but our partnership kind of took a bad turn. And so that partnership broke up, and I wanted to take a little break from entrepreneurship. So I decided to get a job as the director of digital marketing for a PR firm here in Atlanta. Absolutely hated it. I felt like I was a caged animal stuck under the fluorescent lights all day. And I just did not like working for anybody. And there's a lot of bureaucracy in jobs. Not that that's a bad thing. If you have a job, not say anything bad about it. It's just not, I don't ever want to have to do that again. So I actually ended up getting fired the day before Thanksgiving from that job. They actually called me and said, hey, you know, we got to let you go. You bring in your computer in. So dropped my computer off. That was the end of that. And a couple of days later, I heard my buddy Rob Bailey. A lot of y'all probably know him. And he was on one of my favorite podcasts at the time, Rick Mulready, and he was talking about how he had launched this Facebook ads agency and he was crushing it. And I reached out to him and was like, hey, what are you doing, dude? You're crushing it. And he kind of taught me into getting into his coaching program, did that, started my next agency serving yoga studios and built that up to another 6-figure business in about 7 months. And then COVID hits, you know, lost that agency. A lot of yoga studios went under during that time. And so I had to start from scratch again, started this latest business where I have a virtual assistant business and a coaching program helping people build 6-figure businesses with Facebook groups. And so that's where we are now. That brings us up to present day. And basically that's, you know, what I've been doing for the past probably 16 months maybe. And over that time, I've been able to work with a lot of really cool people, some very successful businesses, lots of multiple 2 Comma Club award winners like Marley Jacks, Steve Larson, the guys from Chris and Sean from Flow Chat, Chris Weiser, Justin Ingram. And I've helped a lot of these and multiple 6- and 7-figure businesses kind of build out their client acquisition systems. And so, you know, I've got a lot of experience around this. And so I've seen what all these people do. And, you know, the common denominator with all of them is content creation. So it's a very important piece of how to actually acquire clients. So that's enough about me. I actually hate talking about myself, so I'm glad that's over. So let's actually get into it. So how do I first choose topics? How do I choose the content topics that I know my audience is hungry for so I can get predictable results each time I post? So before you do anything with content, you really need to get super clear on exactly who you help and then how you help them. Okay, so that's very important. And once you kind of figure that out, we'll take the next step. But that's what you got to figure out first. And I'm not going to go into that today. But once you figure that out, you need to map out the steps you take to take somebody from where they are, their current situation, where they're unhappy, they're unsatisfied, to where they want to be, which is their desired dream outcome. Okay. So what are those individual steps that you take people through? And the gap is, you know, where they are now, where they want to be, and your product or service is what fills that gap and this becomes the bridge to where they want to be. So map out those individual steps. Now, this is kind of a structure that I've found super helpful around this. I didn't come up with this. A guy named Aaron Fletcher, brilliant marketer, came up with this. And he suggests mapping out your product or service in a series of 3 stages. And then each stage has 3 steps in it. And this gives you a very structured product roadmap. It's easy to follow. It's an easy to follow graphic that you can show your potential customers, and they can actually see themselves walking through these different stages, going from, you know, where they are now to where they want to be and how it's going to help them reach that goal. So here's my product roadmap. This is how we take people from, you know, kind of struggling on the income roller coaster to building a 6-figure business using Facebook groups. And that's kind of our core program, our core mastermind. So once you have that mapped out, it's not important. It doesn't have to be 9 steps. Don't try to force it to be 9 steps. The important thing is mapping out those different steps. Okay. So then once you have that product roadmap mapped out, then you need to pull out the hot steps or the most attractive parts of your product roadmap that you know your target audience is hungry for, they're super interested in. So for me, an example is I know that people are super interested in DM appointment setting. I did my training, the training that we're going to go through today, the content pieces was all about, you know, setting appointments through the DMs. And so I know my target audience is super interested in that subject. So that's going to be one of my hot steps, one of my content topics that I'm going to kind of talk about a lot. Okay. The other things that I know people are interested in is content, you know, how to create content faster, more efficiently, and actually get results from it. So that's another topic that I'm going to talk a lot about, and you're going to see me posting a lot about. Also, you know, how to grow and monetize a Facebook group. That's a super interesting topic for a lot of people. So I'm pulling out those hot steps, and then those become the topics that I kind of build my content plan around. Okay. All right. So I'm going to take another sip here. All right. So now let me walk you through the actual 3 posts that I used to book 19 calls and close 6 clients last week. Before we get into it, here's something I want you to think about as we go through this. So the goal of all these content pieces is to get as many eyeballs on the core piece of content, the core training that we're doing, as possible. And we also want to be creating engagement on all the other posts along the way, each individual piece. And we'll get into why we want to do that in just a second. But think about it in this terms as I kind of go through these content pieces. All right. So the first type of content is going to be the event post. Now, I use the event post as kind of like the main hub to promote my core content. Okay. So remember what I said, that the main goal of your content that we're kind of going through today is to get as many people, as many eyeballs watching that core piece of content, that core training as possible. Well, when you create an event in your group or even on your Facebook profile, you can invite 500 people at a time to that event. So when I create an event inside of my group, I have 3,000 people, so I can invite all 3,000 people, and they're going to see a notification in their, little notifications area that I've invited them to that event. And if that event is appealing to them, then they're going to say they're going and they're going to attend the event. So we got 33 people on here right now. All of you guys have kind of gone through this process, so you know what I'm doing. All right, so that's post number 1. The second type of post I used was a 2-step post. Now, if you're not familiar with the 2-step post strategy, this is basically where we create a post with an attractive hook that promotes a lead magnet, a training, or you could even do a direct work with me type 2-step. And then you tell people to comment below if they're interested in accessing whatever that is. So in this example, so this is the event and the 2-step post that I used last week. I used a couple of different 2-step posts to promote our core training. Okay. So one was on my profile and one was in my Facebook group. You can see that these got a decent amount of engagement. This one got 255 comments. This one got 43 comments. And so I'm getting a decent amount of engagement on these different posts. And these are all people that are raising their hand and telling me they're interested in my core training. Okay. So now I can follow up with those people and invite them to come invite them to the event and come watch it live or get the replay if they want that. Okay. So we're drumming up a lot of engagement here. Next, the final post is the live stream that I actually did, walking through the core training where I promoted that I used the other 2 posts to promote, the other 2 type of posts to promote. So I'm driving as many people as possible to this live training, watching, commenting on the post. And if we've done our job right, we've got a lot of people watching this live, and they can also watch the replay after on this training, and where we're actually going to try to drive even more engagement. So throughout this call, I've been trying to, obviously, this is kind of meta. I'm being so totally transparent with you guys, trying to get you guys to kind of comment on this post. That's going to build engagement for the algorithm. It's also going to help me to know who to reach out to afterwards to start a conversation with. So I'm also building up some goodwill. Hopefully you're liking the value you're getting out of this, and it warms you up. Hopefully you're starting to trust me. Hopefully I'm a pretty trustworthy guy, and it builds that trust and authority and inches you closer to becoming a client. So that's what's happening right now. All right. So here's just an example of, so that's the 3 types of posts, and we'll talk. If you have questions about any of those, just drop them in the comments and we'll get to them at the end. But here's just a couple of examples of these types of results that you can get when you create this type of content. So here's a post that I did promoting a training around how to monetize your Facebook group without ads, which is our core program. We teach you how to grow and monetize a Facebook group without ads and without spamming people in DMs. So I was able to add 4 people to our mastermind, and several other people became SaaS clients from this promo cycle, which this was a part of. Okay. The second one, I was able to get 30 clients to buy my $97 workshop, and 6 of those people upgraded to our mastermind, which is our 12-month program. So, these things make money. It's just I'm not posting these for fluff, right? The next one is an event post promoting, well, that's actually a live stream, but it was an event post promoting that same workshop that I sold 30 people into. And this is the live stream that I actually recorded and broadcasted this one while I was on a cruise in the Mediterranean, where I sold over 30 of my low ticket Facebook Messenger scripts and got several affiliate sales also. So this goes to show you, you don't necessarily have to do this live. You can record this stuff and use a tool called StreamYard to broadcast it out so it looks like it's live. I would just be totally transparent and say it's recorded, but you can still push it out while you're not actually there live in person. And just to show you that it doesn't just work for me, here's a post from one of my other clients that took the exact templates that we used. He literally word for word used it. You probably saw this same one for this week's post. And he got 119 comments, and I think he closed like 4 sales from it. I think his packages are like $2,000 a month. So this worked for him. Here's another client that took my strategy and put her own spin on it. She got 22 calls from this one post. And I know for a fact she closed at least one $15,000 client. And I believe she probably closed a lot more than that. So this stuff works not just for me, it works for all of our clients. And so that is the strategy. I mean, it really is that simple. So now I'm going to walk you through the system that makes all of this doable. I'm going to show you the system, the content system that I use to consistently create client getting content each week without burning myself out and without working myself to death. So let's talk about that. All right. So essentially how my clients create this content that helps them get clients. First, they create their product roadmap, right? Now, we talked about that before. Then we give our clients the exact posting cadence, the schedule, plus we give them plug and play templates to create all of their content. And that allows them to batch create the content they need for the next entire year in just a few days. And that's the key piece of this, is batch creating all the content up front. So you've got it, and that's how you're going to be consistent. You've got it up front. It's already done. You just need to publish it out. Okay. And there's tools that you can publish on pages and groups, but you have to actually you actually have to go in and publish it manually on your profile, but all the content is done ahead of time. So then all they need to do, like I said, is schedule it out and schedule out the promo to get more people on that live training, which is where we create the most engagement. And then we'll talk about what we do after that. So does that kind of sound pretty awesome? Can you guys see how creating all this content doesn't have to be difficult? And something like this might be a huge help for you to actually create all this content really quickly and easily. And the content pieces are not super hard to create. They're actually pretty simple. So just to review, the first step we take clients through is build that product roadmap. Then we help them to identify their most attractive steps in the product roadmap to help them focus on content around topics that their audience is actually hungry for. That's important. You know, you got to figure out what your audience wants, what they're interested in, or it's going to fall flat. So that's a big key piece to it. Now, once you have the hot steps, then our clients use our infinite content planner that gives them everything they need to create content quickly and easily. The planner gives them a step-by-step checklist to walk them through the process. It gives them the exact cadence and calendar so they know exactly what to post on which days. And then we give them all these plug and play templates so that they can quickly and easily create all that content they need in just a few minutes without using a lot of energy or brain power. It's actually very simple. Some of these content pieces can be created in 30 seconds. So it's not difficult. Doesn't have to be as difficult as most people make it. Do you think this content planner would be helpful? If you think so and you want it, drop planner below and I'll make sure that you get this. So I'll send this over. If you want it, drop planner in the comments and I'll send it on over. Let me grab another drink of water. All right. So yeah, again, if you want this planner, drop planner in the comments and I'll send it to you. Cool. We got some people that want it. All right. So let's talk about, now that we know how to create the content, let's talk about how to get leads and appointments and sales from the content that you're posting. All right. So we know what to create by mapping out the content, right? Content roadmap. We know how to quickly create that and easily, and using our infinite content planner and the templates. And then we know how to create, and we know that that's going to create a bunch of engagement. But how do we actually turn that into clients? Well, remember, our goals, again, was to generate as much engagement as possible on all of our content. So that engagement can now be transitioned into warm DM conversations. And this is really where the magic happens. And with a very simple DM strategy and scripts, we can convert that engagement into booked sales calls. And literally it all goes down in the DM. So this is where about 90% of our calls are booked. And that's where the magic's going to happen. So this is exactly what I did to book 19 sales calls and get 6 clients last week from a three simple Facebook posts. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had 2 options to getting all of your 2023 content created for the next year, and one of those options was you could take the planner that I'm going to give you guys, people that want it, and you watch this training over and over again. You can try to plan and create all the content on your own without any help or any of the other tools I mentioned today. Or option B, you can actually get my help to build your product roadmap and plan your entire year's worth of content in a 5-day workshop. Plus, you'll get free lifetime access to a tool that's going to help you to create 500 plus different pieces of content, all your lead magnets, your email nurturing sequences, your video scripts, all built around your product roadmap. Would you choose to do it yourself, or would you choose option B? Would you choose to get my help? Let me know in the comments below. Option A or option B. Totally cool, either one. Love to hear what y'all think. And would it be cool if I actually share with you guys what I got for you today? Is that all right? I'm going to get a drink of water while y'all let me know. And if not, we'll stop it right now. All right, we got some B's. All right, cool. So let's go through what I got for you. So what if you could get my help creating your entire year's worth of content in just 5 days with me guiding you through every step of the way? How does that sound? All right, so introducing the Infinite Content Workshop, okay? So this is going to be a 5-day workshop starting March 13th through the 17th. It's a 5-day action-oriented workshop. We're going to be working. This is not going to be any fluff. We're going to create your entire year's worth of content and their content assets. So this is going to be live content creation and implementation. We're going to give you we're going to create all this content. It's going to be built around a proven content strategy for predictable client acquisition. This is exactly what I do every single week or every other week to get clients. Literally, it's step by step. So if that's interesting to you, this is kind of what's going to be included. So there's no guesswork. You'll know exactly what posts to create. You'll know when to post them. And then you'll get my plug and play templates to make creating the content fast and easy, okay? There's going to be no fluff. Each and every piece of content that you create is focused on making you money. So we're going to generate engagement, and then we're going to fill your calendar with easy to close sales calls and enrolling clients so you can grow your revenue, okay? So day one is going to be mapping up. Let me go back. Day one is going to be mapping out your topics. So this is basically your product roadmap and helping you map out all this stuff, a value of $497. Day two is going to be creating your 12 months of content. So we're going to create your core content piece. We're going to create your core content. So we're going to create basically your 12 months of core content. So all of your trainings. And this is really the heaviest, the one that's going to take the most time is creating these core trainings. Once this is done, you will feel great because the rest of the stuff is just super easy. And then you just recycle through these different core trainings using different promotional angles. And we'll show you how to do all of that stuff. Now, day three is going to be creating 12 months of promotional content. So we've got your live training created. We've got all the core training created. Now we need to promote that content. So on day three, we're going to create all of that promotional content for the entire year. So you're going to have every single piece of content after those 3 days. And then, so we're going to give you all the templates for all the promotional content, which is super easy to create. And we're going to give you the swipe files to do it. And then we're going to help you to create, all of this stuff so that you get more engagement. And that's going to lead to the rest of the stuff. So Day 4, we're going to create your funnel and follow-up content. So you're going to get lifetime access to a tool called GrowthWorks. This is, again, Aaron Fletcher's tool. He created this tool. I think typically if you go out to the market, it's like it's over $1,000. I'm not even sure what it is now. But this tool is going to allow you to create 500 plus pieces of content, all built around your product roadmap. Now, this is going to be first draft content, so you're going to have to tweak it, but it's a great starting place. Okay, so you're going to have all of that content. You're going to get a product roadmap graphic. You're going to have 9 lead magnets, 9 lead magnet delivery email sequences, 10 video scripts that go along with your product roadmap, VSL slides, 9 mini courses, 330 hooks and headlines, 27 email nurture sequence, and an extended 27 email nurture sequence. So the value on that's $19.97. And then we're going to show you how to turn that content into clients. So we're going to show you how to get that engagement, have the warm DM conversations, and then book those easy to close sales calls. And the value on that's literally priceless, because that's going to be where you actually that's where you're going to be making the money. So lifetime access to the course, the tools, the templates, plus GrowthWorks, plus you get lifetime access to our community. And the value on that is going to be $3,985. Well, let's look at this. Topic mapping, $497. Core content, 12 months of core content, $997. 12 months of promotional content, $997. Lifetime access to GrowthWorks, plus getting all that content created, $1997. And then turning leads into clients, again, priceless. So the total value there is $39.85. Plus, I'm going to give you our irresistible offer clinic. I know a lot of you guys are kind of stuck on your offer, can't really figure out, how to dial in a really good offer. And a lot of you are paralyzed by that. So I'm going to help you get past that. If that's you, that bonus is $500 worth of value. And then this is the sickest thing I've ever created. Seriously, I'm extremely proud of this. So we did this workshop a few weeks ago, and people freaking loved it. You can go and look at the testimonials inside of the Facebook group. It was a 3-day workshop last then, and I figured out I need to make it a little bit longer. But people literally got all this content done, and I'm like, literally, go watch the testimonials. They loved it. I have actually updated this thing and created a cup. Let me increase the screen here so you can kind of see this thing, but this is ridiculous. There's nothing out here like this. This thing tells you exactly what to do, everything step by step, literally broken down and easy to follow chunks. Just literally turn your brain off and do the work. And then also all the templates are inside of here where you can just fill them all out. Every time you actually go live for a week, you got everything in there. And a lot of this stuff is just copy and paste. So you're going to get all that as a bonus. And so that value is $1,000. And so the total value is $54.85. And if you, the investment is $197, but if you want in and you comment workshop in the comments and you buy before Monday night, I'm going to give you $100 off. So to get that coupon, you need to drop in workshop in the comments. I'll reach out. I'll give you the coupon. I'll send you the link to the workshop, and you can join. And so this thing's going to be awesome, and I guarantee you that you will get this content. You'll, at least if you do the work, you're going to get all the content created. It's not going to be, easy. You got to put in the work, but you will have a whole year's worth of content done, ready to publish, and it will actually be something that will get you clients. So if you want to join that workshop, comment workshop below. I'd love to have you in the workshop, and I will take questions now. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of that. All right, cool. We got some people that are interested. That's awesome. I will reach out to you guys after and send you the coupon code. Nice. Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody got any? What are the dates? The 13th through the 17th. Let me make sure. 3rd through the 17th. So I think it's a week and a half. So yeah, 13th to the 17th. And we're going to do it at 12 noon. Also, if you don't worry about it. You're going to have all the replays as well. So yeah, there are replays for sure. Okay. All right. What are the dates again? Yeah, 13th to the 17th. Thank you, Ron Pump, for the workshop. What is the time and date? So it's going to be the 13th through the 17th at 12 noon Eastern. And I'm open to changing that if a majority of people want that. It's just that's always typically a good one for me. I can change it though for sure. That is going to be it's 12 noon Eastern. A lot of that. Do you work with credit repair companies? I feel like this could work with anything. There's three kind of stipulations. I would say this is mostly focused on Facebook. So if you're on other channels, maybe it's not the right workshop for you, because that's the channel that I know so well. But if your people are on Facebook, and if you have something of value to share, and you can actually help people, then I believe it will work 100%. I need to know first, what content niche is it? It's whatever your niche is. I'm not sure, but it's focused mostly on Facebook content, if that answers any of your questions. We need to be there live, or is it recorded? It's definitely recorded. Being there live, we're going to actually do some actual content creation. So if you can be there live, great. If not, just keep up with the day to day. That time zone is Eastern. Thanks. That works perfect for me. Okay, awesome. We'll probably keep it under an hour each day, but I'm happy to go longer if you guys want and answer any questions, because honestly, I want you guys to create a year's worth of content. Promise you. This is not me trying to just sell something. This is like, I like seeing people be successful. So we'll go as long as you need. All right. So any last questions? Let me see if there were any other questions earlier. If a business doesn't have a large Facebook following, how do they increase their visibility on Facebook content to a target audiences? So Billy, basically the way you would do it is you go out and send friend requests to people that are in your target audience and grow your network there. Because a lot of the stuff that you're going to be publishing is going to be on your profile, your personal profile. So I use it 100% for business. So I've kind of cut all my old acquaintances and all that kind of stuff. Hopefully I didn't cut you, but you might have made the cut. And so you want to build up that target audience. And then eventually, as you start posting content, they're going to, your people, if you're posting the right content to the right people, then they're going to start engaging with that content. And then Facebook's going to start showing more of your content to those people. And then each month, what you do is you curate that friends list, cut it down to people that are just in your target audience and just engaging with your content. And eventually, your ratio of engagement is going to go up, and Facebook's going to show more of your content to more people. So that's kind of how that works. Hope that answered it. What are the DMs? Oh, DM is basically reaching out to people in Messenger. So sending a message through the DMs, direct message. Let's see. You are giving me ideas. Let's talk, Billy. Be good to catch up. I am running ads. I just started running ads, to be totally transparent. I'm getting, that just started. This is kind of the first time I've run ads in a long time. So I am running ads, but still kind of figuring all that stuff out. I'm growing the group, but it's not turning into appointments yet. So but hopefully some of the people that came in through my ads watch this and will join the workshop. All right. Any other questions? Is the program all built from personal profile, or is there a way to build it out from a company profile? Well, you won't really get much reach on a company page, Billy, unless you're using ads. You can boost that content maybe, but most of the stuff that I teach is all organic. So, it's just a different strategy. Could probably work just as well, but It's just a different strategy. But let's talk. I'd love to catch up with you anyway. I'll give you a call after this. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for joining us. I am excited to have some of y'all in the actual workshop. So I'll follow up with everybody that mentioned workshop afterwards. And yeah, hope to have you guys on there. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, we can talk about that. I'll call you if you're available after this, Billy. All right. Well, thank y'all. And I really appreciate y'all being here. I know taking an hour out of your day is a lot to ask. So thank y'all for being here, and we will see y'all next time. See ya.